Are you tired of running into a wall over and over because you're trying hard, you're studying harder, you're doing all these things to try to get to the next level, but it's not working? Well, the reason why it's not working is because how can I stop holding myself back and finally go after what it is I really want? If that's a question that you're asking yourself, you're in the right place. My name is Jose Rojas, and I'm going to talk to you about the real reason why you're not moving ahead in your goals and why you're being held back. So I want to talk about something that goes deeper than what most people talk about. See, a lot of times when people think that people aren't moving forward, they'll say things like, oh, it's because of something outside of them. Or sometimes they'll go to something in general like, oh, they're just scared. But there's something deeper going on, something more specific that you should know. So remember when we were talking about the mind? In your mind, you have the conscious mind and then you have the subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is what controls your body. It's what moves your body into action. So when you have an idea in your conscious mind and you hold it, what ends up happening is sinks into your subconscious mind and then it moves your body into action. But the opposite is also true. If you have a negative picture in your mind and it drops into your subconscious mind, you get emotionally involved with it and then it moves your body into a different type of action. Let me give an example. If you have a goal and you want to start a business and you have a job and you know what you want to do, you know what your goal is, and you probably have an idea of what you could do, but maybe you're second guessing yourself and you're not taking action. Well, let me tell you what's going on, okay? The problem is starting in your conscious mind. In your conscious mind, you're creating a picture. Now, in your conscious mind, remember this, you can accept or reject. You have the ability to create as well. You can create pictures of what you want, but you can also create pictures of what you don't want. At the same time, you have information coming in from the outside, through your ears, through your eyes, and those are also painting a picture, okay? Now, it's up to you to choose in your imagination, in your conscious mind, what side of the pole you're gonna choose. Are you gonna choose negative or are you gonna choose positive? And what really determines what side you choose is based on something called a paradigm. A paradigm is basically the program that's inside of your subconscious. I like to say that it's the lens that you use to see the world, and everybody has a different lens. So it's basically your belief system. It's a multitude of habits. It's the section of your subconscious mind that has habits and beliefs. And those habits and beliefs are what move you into action, but it's also taking control of your conscious mind and it gets you to think in a certain way. So, for example, if you think that it's scary to reach out to people, well, that's because that's coming from your subconscious programming. A person who is a professional, world-class salesperson is a person who doesn't mind reaching out, looks forward to reaching out, has the habit of reaching out. They don't think about it. They don't think twice about it. But a person who's just starting into sales is absolutely gonna feel scared. Why? Because they're not programmed for it. And most likely, like the majority of people, they were programmed to think that sales is scummy or something bad, negative about sales. But the key here is the paradigm. Your paradigm, my paradigm, we all have paradigms. It's what's in control. It's running us. 95% of our day is literally the exact same. We do the same things. We think the same thoughts. We feel the same things towards people, towards situations, etc. So the paradigm is running the show. The beautiful part is though, we can change the paradigm. And that's what we need to always keep doing, because if you're like a normal functioning human being, you always want to improve. You always want to get better. You always want to take it to the next level. We all do. That's in our essence, because we are all spiritual beings. We were made to come here and for a greater expansion and to create. And so when we don't take action and move towards our goals, we start getting frustrated. We start getting anxious because we're working against that purpose of growth, that purpose of expanding, the purpose of expressing more of you. And so what we want to do is understand that that paradigm is what's stopping us from fully creating and expressing what we should be expressing. And when we learn to take control of that paradigm, everything changes. Let me give you an example. You have probably a paradigm when it comes to sales. You probably have a paradigm of it's scary to cold call. I hate cold calling, just for example, right? And I actually heard somebody on a YouTube channel, I don't remember where it was, but I heard him say something about how he loves cold calling because it's the best method of reaching out and finding prospects. And in my mind, it triggered because I was thinking like, okay, well, that goes completely opposite to what I've been brought up to believe. But that also proved the point that not everybody shares the same perspective, and the perspectives can always change. So when we look at a certain thing with a certain perspective, keep in mind that it's your paradigm causing you to see it that way. And so what you want to do is you want to take that paradigm and start analyzing it. How do you do that? You start analyzing your behaviors. You start analyzing your results. You start analyzing why you feel a certain way towards certain things and people. And when you do that, the truth comes up, the truth of how you're programmed. And when you can come to the truth, you'll say, okay, I'm going to be completely neutral with this. I'm not going to get emotionally involved with this. It is what it is. That's just the way I was brought up. But now I'm going to change it. And you do that by taking the part of the paradigm that you want to change and you find the opposite to it. So for example, I hate cold calling. You can write, I love cold calling. I'm so happy and grateful now that I love cold calling because it's the best way and the fastest way to find prospects. I'm a great salesperson and I have multiple leads coming to me from multiple sources and my business just keeps growing and I love it, right? And you take that idea and you just drill it into your mind over and over and over until your subconscious takes it. Because remember, our results are there because our subconscious created it. Our habits, beliefs created it. So when we change those habits and beliefs, what we do changes, our results change, and we create something completely different. That's the way to do it. How many times are you tired of running into a wall over and over because you're trying hard, you're studying harder, you're doing all these things to try to get to the next level, but it's not working? Well, the reason why it's not working is because they're trying to change things on the outside. They're completely neglecting their paradigm. So when you stop neglecting your paradigm and you start focusing on it and you start working with it so you can change it, then everything doesn't just change, you change, and the results stick. They last for life. So that's how you get out of your own way. You have to start analyzing your thoughts. You have to start analyzing your behaviors. You have to start write them down. And then you have to take the opposite and just drill it into your mind until you feel it real, until you see yourself acting on those ideas. That's what transformation is all about. And by the way, if this made sense to you and you want more help with your situation, I'd love to help. Click the link below to book your call. We'll find out what's holding you back, and then we'll make a simple plan to get you moving forward. Well, that's it for today. I'm Jose Rojas. Take care.